All right, it is bright and early on Sunday morning. Daylight savings time took effect last night, so it's a lot brighter at this hour than it usually is. I am here at Nuuk Airport, and I am getting ready to board my flight to Kangerlussuaq. It is absolutely beautiful this morning. So the winds have died down, and there's just this nice dusting of snow pretty much everywhere. So all the cars are covered. This just hit here in the last, 40 minutes or so. So I took the advice of Air Greenland, and I took them up on their offer to get to the airport very early. So I got here at like 7:30 this morning, 7 to 7:30. And I basically stood by. So I approached the counter. She said, yeah, we have space on the 9:40 flight. We can confirm you for to Kangerlussuaq. So I took her up on that. And then she actually surprised me. She says, I actually got you all the way to Copenhagen today. So definitely happy to be heading back to Copenhagen today. In theory, I hope this gets out. Probably will. I'll have the opportunity to go to Sweden and other places that I wanted to check out before I head back to Canada. All right, I had no idea that this flight was boarding. They do not announce in English hardly ever, so if you don't understand the message, you don't get the message. All right, I am finally leaving Nuuk after 2 days of being delayed. Looks like that's the replacement plane because the Air Greenland plane got in an accident last week with the wing. So it looks like that is going to be the flight to Copenhagen. An Atlantic Airways plane, I believe, which is the carrier of the Faroe Islands. They're borrowing a plane from them. But I'm on the ground here in Kangerlussuaq. 2-hour layover now. Well, it's good to be back here in Kangerlussuaq. I wish I had the time to sightsee, but I really had the choice. I could spend an additional 2 days here in Kangerlussuaq and then basically arrive in Copenhagen with only about, like 12 hours to spare before I'd have to check in for my flight to Toronto. And if there's any weather delays, it's not worth missing the other ticket. So I got to be content with the amount that I saw in Kangerlussuaq and just, I guess, chalk it up to this is the most responsible thing to do. But yeah, it's going to be hard to say goodbye to Greenland. It is definitely a beautiful country. Everybody should visit at some point, and I think more people will once the direct flights from North America start up again, maybe in a year or two. But yeah, beautiful day here in Kangerlussuaq. It's a lot more melted than it was when I arrived last week. So I kind of regret that I wasn't able to really sightsee around the town of Kangerlussuaq. But given that it's pretty much just a service city, it's the airport basically, and businesses that have built up around this major international airport, there's not a ton to do. I mean, it's very small, as you can see. The actual town center is about 3 kilometers, continuing down this road to the center of town, which is on the other side of the runway. But yeah, it's pretty well a service community. There is not a ton of attractions here apart from some great hiking trails. As you can see right above me, you can hike to the top of that beautiful lookout with views of the entire fjord. But other than that, there's not a ton going on in Kangerlussuaq. It's mostly just a home base for exploring further afield. But nice day for a walk. It's pretty mild out, and definitely enjoying the mild temperatures and no snow, and I finally see the sun. I didn't get to see the northern lights, not even one day. It was overcast the entire 10 days that I was here in Greenland, so bad luck in that respect. That's kind of part of traveling in the fall when the weather is bad, but I do wish that I would have had at least one clear night to see those northern lights. It is what it is, I guess. I'm not sure what the service is going to be like on this Air Atlantic flight to Copenhagen, because the Air Greenland jet, the only one they own, is out of commission. It got hit by a staircase. I guess it actually drove itself into the staircase of the airplane, one of the mobile staircases. Just a huge 12-inch gash right in the wing. So they're not going anywhere anytime soon. That has to be all replaced, and my goodness, I hope they have the equipment to do so here in this small little area. But yeah, this is Kangerlussuaq. That's pretty much all she wrote. So I do think I'm content with the 10 days I got to explore Greenland. Very thankful for them. But definitely craving some more time in Europe before I have to go back to Canada this coming Wednesday for a meeting in Vancouver. So I'm on a little bit of a deadline here. I'll only have 2 full days in Europe now before I have to head back. So gonna make the best of it. So something I wasn't aware of is Kangerlussuaq used to be a United States Air Force base. So I guess that's why they have the airport here. Very cool. All right, I'm gonna go try to find some lunch before the flight here. All right, one last Muskox burger here in Greenland. So this one is a pulled muskox, as you can see. But yeah, last taste of country food here before landing in Copenhagen. Well, that muskox burger was excellent, so highly recommend if you're in the Kangerlussuaq Airport. Passing through security now to head to the gate to Copenhagen. Now we should be boarding pretty shortly here. Unlike when you're flying between airports in Greenland, you do have to go through security here in Kangerlussuaq. All right, I am boarding the flight out of Greenland after 10 days. That was a really cool trip. It is icy. Comparatively tiny plane today. All right, I have landed here in Copenhagen. It was actually kind of a mixed bag flight, so no entertainment system, but the legroom was pretty good. In any case, it's like 10 o'clock in the evening, so a whole day of travel. Not much else was accomplished today, but at least I'm back in Copenhagen.